Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them, and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Biden, the official ball of you.
Yep, we're good. Well, and a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Along with Dave Morris, my name is Mike Tatko. Glad you're with us. This is Game 4 of the women's portion of the NWAC women's basketball tournament from Everett Community College. Dave, I know you're here for a lot of the men's Sweet 16 on Thursday. Now we move to the women's side, and this is a good one we have right here. Umpqua from the south against North Idaho from the north. Or rather from the east, and even though it's a 1 seed against a 4 seed, they met earlier and it went to overtime. It ended up being an 11-point edge, but they met in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, at the home of North Idaho, and it was 83-72 winners for Umpqua.
Yeah, it was a big win for Umpqua in overtime. They felt like they did a good job playing at their tempo rather than getting caught there. You know, Umpqua, they really get their scoring out of two big players, right? Taylor Strickland averaging 24 a game, and Desiree Madam at 17. And they felt like they were able to play up tempo. They were concerned they turned the ball over a lot, and that kept Northern Idaho in the game. And they're very concerned about Northern Idaho being able to get the ball inside, just a physical play. Northern Idaho, a little bit different. They've got 4 starters in double figures, spread it around, a little bit more deliberate offensively. I think you're going to see a little bit of a battle about pace if it's a little more up-tempo and Umpqua can avoid turning the ball over, that probably helps them. And if Northern Idaho is able to make the game a little bit more deliberate, create turnovers on defense, I think you're gonna see them with a good chance. But this is a great matchup where they had a really evenly matched game early in the year, and both teams have evolved. Umpqua played mostly zone that night, and they've been playing almost exclusively man, sort of in the stretch run of the season. So before the game, they really weren't sure how they were going to come out. They felt like either one could work for them. I think either way, it's going to be a fairly soft, either it'll be a 2-3 zone or like a soft man to try to contain passing lanes and try to counter the Northern Idaho's just big size. They're out of the East, and women's basketball, the East is so competitive. And for Umpqua, it should be a great game.
Yeah, Umpqua is receiving its first place trophy for the Southern region. They defeated Lane on Monday to win that trophy, and so they are the top seed. You talk about pace, Dave, and North Idaho has actually won some games in the 60s. And as you said, Umpqua likes to get up tempo into the 80s and even the 90s. So I think pace is going to be a big thing. I talked with Coach Strickland from Umpqua a moment ago, and he said that this is a different team than was in December, and I'm sure it is for North Idaho too. As you pointed out, they're playing a totally different brand of defense, and so he's like, I watched that game, but really we watched more recent games of North Idaho because really the team's changed so much. That's 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, and in basketball, and I coach women's soccer at the Evergreen State College, and you see in a 2-year program, at a 4-year school, if you see a team lose a soccer match 6-7-0, they're not going to come back and beat that team the second time. In 2-year schools, I can't count how many times I've seen a team lose 7-8-0, come back and win the return game. These teams change so much. It only takes 1 or 2 injuries. It's a 2-year school. You're not going to have 35 players or something on your roster, or 20 basketball players. The maturity level, they can get rattled a little bit because there's so many first year women. And same thing on the guys side with the first year guys, that you really do. I mean, teams change. Any college team changes a lot in 3 months. I mean, teams that were playing in November are not necessarily recognizable now. Even if you're watching on television, watching the NCAAs, I mean, the teams are different. People emerge. Other people sort of get tired and various things. And so I think it's a great chance. It's kind of a fresh start. 2 really good teams that both had good seasons, and they've both been. Umpqua's just been unstoppable. Looking back at their schedule, they lost to Clackamas 93-87, February 16th, and that broke a 10-game win streak, and then they've rattled off 3 more wins. And for North Idaho, they went into the stretch there. They struggled for a little bit, and they look to have righted the ship. They lost their most recent game to Columbia Basin. I think they probably were able to play everybody. They were already all set for the playoffs. And took care of what they needed to take care of at Columbia Basin, and now we're looking forward to a great game.
Yeah, North Idaho had that 4th spot cinched before they went to Columbia Basin. The starting lineups for the Cardinals: Olivia Williams, a freshman, 5'9", from Frenchtown, Montana. Hallie Oberall is from Lake City High School in Hayden, Idaho, 5'6", and a freshman, Alex Carlton, 5'5", and from Palmer, Alaska Colony High School. Kiera Simpson from right there in Coeur d'Alene, Lake City High School. Post Falls is where she calls home, and Heidi Selman, a 6-foot sophomore from Wilmer, Minnesota. And we're set to go. Umpqua is in the white. They'll go from left to right as Dave and I watch it, and North Idaho's in the gray, trimmed in the cardinal, and the Riverhawks will have the first chance of it as we go from left to right. The Riverhawks, last time on this court, were in the championship game a year ago, fell to Walla Walla 90-74. Dave Strickland, always has his team here, it seems like.
Oh yeah, they're a powerhouse across sports, coming out of that competitive region. And Umpqua, they've had a heck of a year in basketball. The men were second in the South on that side, and then the women won it. So terrific, and the men got to the last game, lost to Lane that last game of the year. They would have swept.
Right, they ended up falling to Spokane in the first round on Thursday evening. As the Riverhawks, we need to give you their starting lineup. They line up like this with of course, Sienna Riggle, a freshman from Stanberry Park, Utah. Taylor Strickland, Coach Strickland's daughter, 5'11", sophomore from Sutherland High School in Roseburg, Oregon. And also the starter, Macy Reinen, 5'8", and a freshman from Sheldon High School in Eugene. Alexis Woodard, 5'10", and a freshman from Central Port, Oregon, Crater High School. And Darian Mitchell, 5'11", and a freshman from Dillard, Oregon, and Douglas High School. We're scoreless. We've played 45 seconds, and the Cardinals trying to get the first basket. No good. And Mitchell, who is so good inside, Dave, yanks down that rebound. Back.
Yeah, she just eats up some space. Good on the ball. Handles the ball well for a post player. Little spin move there. Couldn't get it to fall.
Cardinals with the rebound, and that for North Idaho.
And in the early going, North Idaho's got to be fairly pleased with the tempo. They're able to run their set, pull everybody out. Looks like it's going to be a 2-3 for Umpqua, but it's a fairly aggressive. They're playing fairly high.
Well, and that's what the Cardinals like to do. They like to go to that high post and see if they can get a post-to-post offense or kick it out, because they can also shoot the three. Carlton is the best three-point shooter in the whole NWAC stats-wise, and that's a three on the way by Eberall. Wouldn't go, and a minute and a half in, and we're still scoreless. Riverhawks come back.
And there's Strickland, the big scorer. She gets inside, 1-on-2, goes up, draws the foul.
So Taylor is going to go to the free throw line right off the bat. Kiera Simpson is going to be tagged with the foul. That's her first and the first team foul. Again, we told you Dave Strickland is the coach of the Riverhawks, and Chris Carlson is the coach of the Cardinals from North Idaho. And back before they joined the NWAC, they were in the junior college division, and they won the national championship under Chris Carlson, and his wife Carrie Carlson was coaching with him at that time. As Strickland knocks it down, it's 1-0 and make it 2-0 in favor of the Riverhawks.
And Strickland averaging 24 points a game. Clearly, she's going to be she's the focus of that offense on the outside.
Simpson way out front, going to fire a three for the lead. That's good. Kiera Simpson gets the Cardinals the first lead of the game. She's not a normal three-point shooter for them, but they'll definitely take it. And back the other way, Strickland got fouled again. 2 more free throws for her. And I tell you talk about her free throw percentage, and you talk about how she does from the scoring column. And boy, if they put her at the line, she's going to have a big night.
Yeah, and she's getting inside. So, she's creating a lot of opportunities. 76% free throw shooter on the season. She sank 2 to start the game, and now we got a foul on each of the post players from Northern Idaho.
Well, and that's one of the problems.
In the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, one of the problems they've had is that, they only have 9 kids on the roster, Dave. You look down there at the bench, there's only 4 Cardinals as Strickland hits it, and the game is tied. And so
not a ton of size on the bench. I mean, they're going to depend on they're really looking for Simpson and Selman to eat the minutes in the post.
And if they get into a situation where those ladies have to sit down, then they have to change their entire philosophy and go fast and small, as there's a turnover, and coming away with it is Woodard of the Riverhawks to Strickland, and now they go right side to Reinen, goes past her defender, lays it up and rolls it in.
Blows in there. Uses her body well, gets the lay-in. Umpqua up 2.
5-3 in favor of the Riverhawks as the Cardinals back the other way, and another turnover.
Eberall turns it over again, trying to sort of slash into the lane and create. A little bit of, I would think Northern Idaho would consider that a little bit of a force that they don't need right now, but it's going to be Marcy Reinen bringing the ball up.
North Idaho College comes in 10-6 in the East and 20-8 overall. And
there you go. A little bit of a drive, and then by Reinen, handoff, and an easy bucket for Darian Mitchell, who also, she's their other big scorer, 17. She's the inside to Strickland's outside. Three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, that's Olivia Williams trying to get it to go that time. And
Mitchell
good.
did a great job screening off the Northern Idaho post there. That was Kiera Simpson, and Simpson needs to be a little bit careful about reaching that arm up there.
Going to have a foul in the back court. The first, or a held ball. My bad, Dave. Held ball,
okay.
And so the possession
I was looking for a signal.
Well, I was
there.
too. I was looking up to the scoreboard to see him put up the foul, and then I realized it was actually a held ball. We told you North Idaho's record. Umpqua comes in 24-4, and a good record themselves is now the Cardinals draw a foul, and that will be Olivia Williams to go to the line. So the first free throw is forthcoming.
And that's going to be on Darian Mitchell. So all the bigs have picked up a foul here in the first 3.5 minutes. Both teams real disciplined, going inside, outside.
North Idaho trying to cut into this 7-3 Umpqua lead, and the first one is up and good at 7-4. We told you Umpqua last year won the first 3 games, then fell to Walla Walla. It was North Idaho losing to Lower Columbia in the first game of the tournament, so it was an early exit for the Cardinals as a hot Lower Columbia team came in and defeated North Idaho 84-63. Back come the Riverhawks, Ryan all the way through and kicks it back out. Mitchell thinks about the 3, and now Strickland does. She's going to drive past. And now Darian, too hard, no good, but going to get the long rebound.
Fight for the rebound. She got there.
Good job. As a good hustle that time by the Cardinals. Eberall.
Eberall worked hard there and almost created that rebound for herself.
Nice pass underneath, but Mitchell stopped. I think she thought maybe it wasn't going to go to her. I think had she continued, Dave, she might have got the pass.
She might have flashed. That's a tough, that one hand, that's a tough pass.
Especially when you're
I'm sure that's not exactly how they drew that one up.
Well, and when you're a tall post, you don't necessarily plan on going down to your knees to catch a ball. You expect to kind of get it chest high inside and laying it up in. Eberall knocks it in.
Great look from Simpson. She does a great job, being real disciplined, getting the ball over her head and finding people. Nice finish by Eberall.
So we're tied at 7. The Cardinals have erased the early 4-point deficit to even it up. Ryan against Simpson. Got it to go again.
Ryan, that's a tough shot over Simpson.
And Kiera really kind of had to hold off at the end. She cannot pick up that second foul. Only 4.5 minutes into the game.
She did a great job. She defended that well, was disciplined. I mean, she's obviously really strong fundamentally.
And Simpson free underneath, blocked from behind by Mitchell, but retrieving it is Williams, rolling it up and in. Olivia Williams has 4, and we're tied again. It's 11. I have it 9-9.
Yeah,
I think they put the points up wrong.
Yeah,
they'll have to change the point.
It is a tie game.
There they got it right.
There's Strickland along the baseline there.
That 3 missed, and Simpson yanks it down. So we're tied at 9.
There they go.
Yeah, midway through the first period here in Game 4. The winner gets Grace Harbor, who picked up its first ever NWAC tournament win earlier today over Whatcom, 76-65. Grace Harbor
nice
was
win for them.
They were 0-8 coming in all time in NWAC tournament history.
I'd be curious to know how many times they've been the 1 seed.
Blocking foul on North Idaho's Carlton. The basket is good, and it's 11-9, and we'll have a timeout before we shoot the free throw. A break here. It's an early 11-9 lead for Umpqua.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
When I first graduated high school, all I wanted to do was go to a 4-year because if you went to a community college, it was, like you said, not very competitive. But now being at a community college for 2 years, that makes you grow up as a player way more than you would think just going straight to a 4-year. You have a lot of the community members that come out to your games that you know of, and so here I think is where kids really develop their skills and then they can go on to a 4-year. My name is Devaney. I play basketball at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
Well, as we were talking, Dave, at the break, they have counted that basket. I don't think the officials realized it went in. So the foul is on Carlton. It's her first, and the basket counts for Umpqua, and they'll have 1 free throw. And I think it was Strickland who made the lay-in.
Strickland had the lay-in. She's got 5. There's a chance to get to 6 points. Umpqua ran off 6 points in a row. Northern Idaho's come back, made a game of it. Here's a chance for Umpqua to reestablish a 3-point lead here if she can do it the old-fashioned 3-point play. Gets the hop.
Yeah, got bounced in. I talked with Dave Strickland earlier, and he said, as a team, obviously we want to win to get to the next game. As a dad, I want to win because it means I get to coach my daughter for another day or maybe another week if they can win twice this weekend. So really a good outlook by Coach Strickland. I asked him about it, and he didn't want to make it about himself and his daughter. He wanted to make it about his team, which he always has. But he did say, he goes, from a father's standpoint, if we win, it just means I get to coach my daughter some more. Nice move by Simpson, but the shot wouldn't go, and the rebound is taken down by Woodard.
Yep, a little hard. Now Umpqua has a chance to extend their lead a little bit.
12-9 Riverhawks. Taylor gets the screen, goes baseline, lost it off her hands, but it was knocked out of bounds by North Idaho's Heidi Selman. And so Umpqua will get the basketball. Same shot clock, 18 seconds as we approach the 4-minute mark here in period 1.
Well, 1-4 inbounds from Umpqua. Well defended.
It really was, and the Cardinals get a steal out of it as
Umpqua got a little stagnant, and North Idaho just did a good job staying with people.
Eberall off to Carlton, and they set up way out high is Simpson and now Olivia Williams as they work it around to the Cardinals. There's Williams and Eberall. There's the high post that they like. Selman jumps it up. No good, and
Front
a good
rim.
strong rebound that time by Umpqua. There was really good battle inside, and Umpqua won
Absolutely.
it. And ahead it goes to Riggle, and she traveled. Well, she stopped, and I think it was a good idea.
Yeah, it looked like that's one of those calls as a fan. It's a little frustrating because in the men's game that's a layup, and it's just I think still a remnant of how the women's game evolved separately. It's always tough for me because how many times do you watch a men's game and that's never a travel. And, she tried to jump stop. I guess they say, well, it was 1 foot a little ahead of the other, and that may be, but
Cardinals have Zosia Krupa into the game for the first time, number 12 in the gray for North Idaho, and Zosia's got it, going to fire a 3 for the tie. Off the rim, no good, and the rebound is Riggle. Here come the Riverhawks with Rynan running it up the left side, and Taylor Strickland runs the show.
Mitchell found a little seam there, wanted the ball. They couldn't quite find her.
Rynan going to draw a foul on either Simpson or
I think that's Peterson.
Sydney Peterson, who's into the game, and it is.
So Northern Idaho, it's not a big roster, but they get everybody in, and everybody contributes. So Krupa and Peterson are in. 4th team foul.
2 free throws for Missy Rynan, and it's up, and it's not good. Umpqua is 4 of 6 from the line, and in for the Riverhawks is Grace Campbell. And sitting down will be Riggle. And I guess in a situation as she knocks the second one down, if you're Chris Carlson, Dave, you want to have all your players with their warm-ups off because you never know when you might want to need somebody to run in. You only have 4 kids, and so they're all down there. They're all ready.
He's got them involved. I mean, they're all involved in the offense. They're comfortable shooting, although they missed the corner 3 there early in the shot clock.
Peterson.
Umpqua also is comfortable. They have 5 players who bring the ball up the floor.
Rynan is going crazy with 7 first-quarter points, and again, another nice move past Simpson.
Yep, and that's the second time she's been able to get the ball on the wing and drive past Simpson. Northern Idaho is going to have to help there. I mean, that's a tough matchup for Simpson. You've got a guard who's a good ball handler. The other thing is Alexis Woodard did a nice job bringing the ball up there.
Krupa that time tried to go with the left hand, wouldn't go. Rather, Selman. It was
Here
Selman
comes Rynan.
inside.
She's going coast to coast. She turned. Couldn't quite get the finish. It was a great run, great run down the court, and Carlton comes back the other way.
Rare miss for Rynan, and laying it up and in is
Carlton with a nice little reverse move at the end. It was well defended by Strickland.
2 minutes to go in the period.
Strickland better be careful. She's double teamed. And just a good hustle play by Sydney Peterson.
15-11 is the count with 1:55 to go as the Riverhawks will have it, and they'll have a substitute in for Umpqua, and that'll be
number 25.
Cielo Gonzalez will come in.
Yep, Rynan comes off.
Well, a well-deserved rest for Rynan. She'll get to sit out the final 2 minutes of this period, and then
30-second timeout called by North Idaho. We'll go to break as well.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Well, back to the basketball game. To give you the scores of the earlier game, Centralia beat Olympic 58-39 in the opener this morning. And then Big Bend routed Mount Hood 89-53. And Grace Harbor 76-65 over Whatcom. This is game 4. Forthcoming, we have Walla Walla Lane, Skagit Valley, Lower Columbia, Highline Peninsula, and Clackamas, Wenatchee Valley.
Highline Peninsula, a rematch of the women's soccer championships the last 3 years, or this year was the semifinal.
Gary and Mitchell tried to stop and get a jump shot off, but dragged the foot a little bit too many steps. And so coming in for the Cardinals will be Anna Schrady, and Chris Carlson has used 8 of his 9 kids so far right away here in the first period. So Schrady is in, and getting a rest will be Heidi Selman.
So they're
145.
a little smaller now. Instead of being sort of 2 in or 3 out, 2 in, now it's 1-4. And there's Simpson, foul line jumper.
Yep. Kiera Simpson has 5, keeping the Cardinals close. It's 15-13.
Long
Strickland.
cross-court pass to Strickland for 3. She misses, but that was Grace Campbell fighting for the rebound, going up strong, drawing the foul on Zosha Krupa. For the last 90 seconds, Umpqua is going to be in the bonus here in the first quarter.
Well, 5 fouls, and that's not what Chris Carlson wants to see. But credit to Campbell, who snuck inside and got good position.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was a aggressive cross-court pass. Makes it hard for a post to get into good position on the backside on that kind of a pass, and she did it.
So second free throw from Campbell. That one wouldn't go either, but Mitchell with the offensive rebound, and the Riverhawks will reset. And driving and laying it up with the left hand, no good, but there's Campbell again. Missed it again, though. Got her own rebound again, and that time she knocked it in. Campbell has 2, and the
Campbell stuck with that.
Lead by 4. She certainly did. She did a good job of battling.
And Umpqua is sticking with that 2-3 zone. They've been somewhat successful with it.
We approach the 1-minute mark. There's Peterson driving cross-court pass and baseline drive. They have to kick it out, and foul, I think, on Umpqua, maybe on the baseline. It'll be a non-shooting foul. It'll be on Campbell, her first, and the second team foul on the Riverhawks with 55 seconds. So if nothing else, Dave, the Cardinals of North Idaho get a new clock.
Yeah, they get the reset. Selman comes back in. They're going to give Kiera Simpson a little bit of a break. But not a terrible foul there. They're being aggressive. Had North Idaho kind of pinched on the baseline there. That's a tough position to be in.
Peterson dribbling out front, trying to set the offense.
And Umpqua's kind of extended that 2-3 zone just a little bit.
42 in the game and 16 on the shot clock. It's loose inside. Selman has to kick it back out.
She needed to get out of the lane there, and she did.
8 on the shot clock. Tried to bank that one in, no good. And Umpqua will run here. A 3-on-3 break. Ahead it goes to Gonzalez, and now Strickland missed that one, and North Idaho will have it with 23 seconds, and the shot clock will be turned off.
Yeah, Umpqua's got a 4-point lead. North Idaho will be interesting to see whether they try to hustle here as Marcy Reinen comes back into the game for Umpqua.
Well, they
gave Taylor Strickland a well-deserved rest.
They trade one for the other. They gave Macy a break, and now she's back in, and Taylor sits down for the final 23 seconds of this period with a 17-13 lead for the Riverhawks.
Yep, she'll sit for the last possession. Really a 5-out offense for Northern Idaho right now. They're going to hold the ball, wait for the last shot. And Umpqua's matched up with them a little bit.
They want Carlton with the ball. She's the best three-point shooter they have. She drives, and a charge.
Big play by Grace Campbell.
And that's the second foul on Carlton. She'll come out of the game, and coming back in will be Eberall. Not what Coach Carlson wanted to see in the final seconds of the first period. A second foul on one of his better players. Let's see what the Riverhawks do in the final 4.6 seconds. Reinen still waiting.
Up the court. Yep, here we go. Reinen drives. Can't quite get it to go. A lot of contact under the basket there.
And that'll
Officials
do it.
were not going to call a foul there as the quarter ended.
17-13, Umpqua on top of North Idaho. We're back with quarter 2 right after this.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid? See ya! Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So we're whatever you're going to do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Second period here from Everett Community College in the Walt Price Fitness Center with Dave Morris, Mike Tatko with you. Pretty good first quarter, Dave. 17-13.
Great first quarter. Tight, nip and tuck all the way. North Idaho, I thought, had a great possession right at the end. They got their shooter, Alex Carlton. You know, she's a 46% three-point shooter. This time she decided that Umpqua did the right thing, forced her to drive. She got in the lane, got the shot up. Grace Campbell did a great job getting underneath her and drawing the foul, forcing the turnover, and there's Campbell with the ball on the left side. Strickland coming off a double screen. Good defense by Northern Idaho to force that ball back out.
Good job by Simpson to stay up and avoid the foul.
Simpson's done a great job, good post defending. She got that one foul quick, and she's done a good job keeping her feet and just being fundamentally sound.
Well, they need her and or Selman in the lineup at all times.
Oh, and really they need them both. That way they can go high-low.
Peterson will give to Simpson for the free throw line jumper. Rolled off no good from the right elbow, and a good job. Campbell's really playing well off the bench.
Oh, yeah, Campbell's had we don't have a rebound stat in front of us at the moment, but Campbell's got to have, 6 or 7 off the bench. And there, North Idaho worked really hard to save it and ended up coming right to number 35, Alexis Woodard, but she couldn't quite sink the three-pointer. And Northern Idaho, a minute in, I think they've got. If you're Northern Idaho, you've got to be really happy with the tempo here.
Yeah, you do. You want to keep it at this type of a scoring situation. Campbell already 4 rebounds.
Gonzalez misses the layup. Got to the rim again. Umpqua's they've been able on that right wing to get to the rim.
Mitchell missed it. They really have, like you said, Dave, they've really done a good job. They come in, they try to create contact, and if they don't get a call, they try to make it, and once in a while they get a call. They've already been to the free throw line 9 times in the first period.
Yeah, and they're getting to the rim. When you get to the rim, even if you miss, it's a close-in shot, and you've got chances to create a foul call there.
Selman has a really good left-handed move, but she hasn't got it to go yet today.
And there, once again, Strickland did a good job, got around Olivia Williams and drew the foul.
If that's on Simpson or if it's on Williams.
I think it's on Williams.
Yeah, which is the right call, and especially a right call if you're a North Idaho fan, because you don't want Simpson to have 2. Of course, they wipe off the fouls at the end of each quarter, so just the first team foul on the Cardinals.
Right, but it's the first foul on Williams. Three-pointer.
And maybe 4 because she got fouled.
Gonzalez.
You were telling me during the break.
We were talking during the break. I said, Cielo Gonzalez, she shoots. She's fired up 139 three-pointers this season. She's the second leading three-point shooter on the Umpqua team. And there she is, sinking one and drawing the foulers. Northern Idaho, Coach Carlson having a talk about breaking the cardinal rule about fouling jump shooters.
Especially behind that arc. 4-point play. You don't see that very often, Dave, but you do here, and it's 21-13 Riverhawks.
And that's the first real bulge, an 8-point lead now for Umpqua. And it's going to be important for North Idaho not to lose touch with Umpqua, especially since they want to keep the game at a fairly sedate tempo.
Well, and the other thing is you don't see North Idaho getting a lot of offensive rebounds. When they miss, generally it's someone in the white getting the rebound.
It's been all one and done for North Idaho, and this is going to be one of the few times they've gotten in the paint. And Cielo Gonzalez blocks that shot out of bounds.
Williams pointing to the side of her head as if she thought she got contacted and should be at the line, but no call.
Yeah, no call. I wouldn't have been surprised to see a whistle blown there, but Gonzalez did a good job. And then a little 1-4 move, they turn it over, and Strickland's going to have a fast break bucket here.
Easy peasy.
And it is a 10-point lead and a timeout by Northern Idaho. We'll take a timeout with them. Or not. I didn't get to see them. They're a little bit of a different thing, evidently.
Big Ben?
Yeah. And we're back. Northern Idaho is going to inbound the ball down 10. Umpqua, 6 points in a row here, and they're threatening to get some separation. North Idaho, who wants to play at a deliberate tempo here, really needs to make sure they don't fall too far behind. They're swinging the ball. They're having a lot of trouble getting the ball inside, and they've been settling for, one shot, one look at the basket per possession. Making it tough. Here's another three-point attempt. Off the rim, no good. And Kiera Simpson working hard to get that rebound. It's a held ball, and it's going to go back to North Idaho.
One of the things, Dave, that North Idaho has relied on all year, if they can't get inside, is their three-point shooting, and they're just 1 of 8 right now. Although Simpson got free for an easy lane.
There you go. They ran that little 1-4 and turned it over the last time. This time they got a wide-open layup out of it.
So 23-15 as we've played 3 minutes here in the second period, and Campbell guarded out front.
And that was their first points in about 2 minutes.
And Mitchell gets free inside. She has 4, and it's back to a 10-point edge. So 25-15, and nobody back to help Peterson bring the ball up.
Yeah, a little bit just a mental error there. Somebody took off who should have probably been inbounding the ball. But they'll swing it. Northern Idaho's they're just walking the ball up the court. It was no big deal. They were able to get Hallie Eberhall in there, and there's a little bit of a drive into the lane.
Yeah, that was Williams, but it was
and a turnover by Umpqua. 3-on-1 coming the other way. And well done. Grace Campbell did as good a job as you can do 3-on-1 and made Northern Idaho really work for it. And then Cielo Gonzalez goes the other way, gets to the rim, and it's a 12-point lead. That's a huge 4-point swing.
Yeah, 6 for her. And like you said, Dave, it was a 3-on-1. The Cardinals could have been within 8. Instead, they're down 12 because of the nifty move by Gonzalez. She now has 6.
And she's having a big game. She's their third leading scorer. She comes off the bench. She's the only other player who averages in double figures outside of Mitchell and Strickland.
Selman opts not to
5
shoot the
seconds
3.
on the shot clock.
And that's going to be a travel.
Yep.
You can come down with your 2 feet, but then you can't take another step, and that's what Eberall did. A couple of new Cardinals into the game. It'll be Schrady back in, and also it'll be Carlton. We'll have to keep an eye on Alex because she has those 2 fouls, Dave, and certainly a situation where she cannot afford to commit another one.
Yeah, I think it's a situation where I think Coach Carlson would have liked to keep her off the floor, but right now this game is threatening to get out of hand. So he feels like he's got to get his best team out there and try to get control of the game a little bit.
There's a foul, and if that's on Simpson, that's going to be her second. Strickland got knocked to the floor. Yep, that's 2 on Kiera. So 2 on Simpson, 2 on Carlton. Not shooting yet, though, the third foul. There's that 1-4 look.
But now you've got 2 players for North Idaho. You have an important post player and an important guard, both in foul trouble with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Not the ideal situation. Luckily, with the tempo being what it is, I think you can sort of roll the dice as a coach and leave those players out there and not be too worried that they could get that third. They're both well disciplined.
Selman finally got free for a basket, her first 2, and they need to get Heidi going.
Selman earned that one too. That was a really nifty little spin move. That was a tough shot. And then Strickland gets in the lane, draws the
it's a walk. They're going to call a travel before. So a turnover, a chance for North Idaho to get this under.
Well, there they go. They substituted.
10.
They cut it to 10, and now they have the ball, a chance to cut it to 8.
Carlton will bring it
They've
across.
also extended their defense. They're playing kind of a 2-3. Well, I can't really figure out, maybe a 2-1-2 press, like a 3-quarter court press, and Umpqua has struggled a little bit against it. Wide open.
Yeah, not good that time by Williams, and nobody touched it, so it's going to be back to Umpqua. And again, we told you a bit ago they were 1 for 8 in 3-point attempts, and the Cardinals continue to struggle from long distance. They are now 1 for 10.
Yeah, and it's a 2-2-1 zone press. North Idaho, they extend it out. Now Umpqua solves it with no problem at all.
Yeah, really no problem. Sometimes you get solved that and you want to go in for an easy basket. Sometimes you get back into your set. And
that's
once
going to
again,
be a held ball, and it's going to go to Umpqua.
Yeah, another rebound for Campbell. What a day.
Campbell has just been big and tough to deal with under the basket today.
8 rebounds for Grace Campbell, and I would venture, Dave, to say that half of them at least are offensive rebounds.
Yeah, she's had at least 3 offensive rebounds, and then I don't know if that held ball counts as a rebound. And there's Gonzalez. That time she got to the rim and ran into Heidi Selman, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
And
So
North
the
Idaho.
Cardinals trying to get it down to single digits as we approach the 4-minute mark.
And they're giving Simpson a break, so they're kind of playing 4 out and 1 in. Nice little move. Heidi Selman got it under the basket, made a little Mikan move. And Strickland comes right back.
Wow,
That was a great diagonal pass, and Strickland with a tough finish at the rim.
Well, I'm talking to our coach.
10 points.
He said most of these kids are at a community college for 2 years. Taylor's been at Umpqua since she was 2 years old, running lines and doing drills. And so it's a little bit different for someone at a place for 2 years versus, 18 or whatever it's been.
And there's Alexis Woodard. Got herself organized, banked it in easily, and is right back out to 12-point lead for Umpqua.
And that's why they're so tough, is because you look down the book and they have 5-6 people in the scoring column. It's not certainly just one person for the Riverhawks.
Oh, not at all. You've got obviously Strickland and Mitchell sort of as the inside-outside, but
Eberall, another Cardinal miss from way out and a held ball. This one will stay with North Idaho. So let's see what they do underneath the basket.
Once again, they're going to get the ball on a jump. But it was Grace Campbell, 1 against 2, who came down with that ball.
Zosha Krupa will come in. We'll have our first couple of Walla Walla kids will come up here and we'll interview them, and also Lane. We'll get some participants from both.
Titans as well. Yeah.
There's a jump shot by Carlton. That's no good. Boy, they just cannot hit anything from outside.
And there was an offensive rebound. Anna Schrady with maybe the first offensive rebound for North Idaho this quarter. And right away they get the ball back out of bounds and have a chance. So now they're going to run a little bit of a box inbound play.
Carlton. Finally, a basket from outside the paint for the Cardinals. She has 4, and it's back to a 10-point lead, 31.
And here's Gonzalez. Oh, she had Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't quite hang on to it. A little interior pass, and they turn it over. But a good look. And once again, a little bit of a kind of a very high-low by North Idaho. And a 3. Anna Schrady, offensive rebound the last possession. Wide open 3-pointer there. And Umpqua right back down the court. Yeah. Wide open, Mitchell under the basket. It's tough to come back if they can make a pass inside right off the bat.
Yeah, big basket for Umpqua because North Idaho had cut it to 7. At 31-24, Mitchell comes back as we approach the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, if you're North Idaho, you'd really like to see if you can't get it to 5 by halftime. Another open 3. And almost, Haley Eberall shot the gap, couldn't quite come down with that rebound. Gonzalez trying to bull through. They're going to let all that go. Gonzalez for 3, no. And there's Alex Carlton with the rebound. She'll walk it up. Once again, chance to cut it to 6 with an open 3.
Just couldn't get it to go.
And it's really tough to get that second look. You get an open 3, but Grace Campbell's under the basket for Umpqua, and she's been picking everything up. Darian Mitchell in the paint, and it's back to an 11-point game.
Yeah, and 8 for Mitchell. If she gets going, that opens everything up for.
Well, you've got Mitchell with 8, Strickland with 10. 3-point. There's another offensive rebound. Anna Schrady keeping Northern Idaho in this game under the basket. And a jump ball. This one's going to go to Umpqua, and we have 2 special guests joining us.
Yeah, we have Mackenzie Gunter and Kate Renfro from Walla Walla Community College. So we'll turn it over to you guys. Congratulations on getting back here. I know you're the defending champions, but we lost some players from last year. It's kind of fallen to you guys. We'll start with you, Mackenzie, to talk about how you achieved to get back here. What was the key?
Oh, yeah. I think our coaches had a big part of that. They always keep us prepared for everything, every game. And just I know there's 5 of us sophomores that have been here, and a couple red shirts, and we know what it feels like to be in this gymnasium and win it. And so I think that drive that we know what it feels like, so we wanted to get back here, and so we just had everyone buy in, and we had a lot of freshmen step up to help us get here.
And here you are, Kate. I know you were injured last year. You got to be just itching to get out on the court and have some success here at Everett. You had to sit on the bench and watch everybody last year.
Yeah, I'm excited to finally get to play in this gym. It's a nice gym, and I love the energy here, and it's exciting. It's really exciting.
Well, the opponent today is Lane, and Walla Walla played Lane early in the season. In fact, the very first weekend, I believe it was, and it was a loss, but you probably learned some things from that game. What was the preparation like for them?
Oh, in these type of games, defense wins championships. So we focused on a lot of defensive just plays and like how we're going to attack things and just execution. We've been focusing on every possession counts because in this type of environment, it really does. Every possession counts, so we just got to take care of the ball and lock down on defense.
Kate, what would you say is you've seen so far this morning, this afternoon, anything that surprised you here? Any of the other results? Anything stand out?
It just comes down to what team shows up that day and what team wants to win it, and we just have to outwork. We have to outwork them. We have to come to play, and yeah.
All right, well, girls, thanks for joining us, and good luck this afternoon against Lane.
Thank you.
All right, Kate Renfro and Mackenzie Gunter from Walla Walla Community College. Glad to see you guys, and we'll see you later on against the Lane Titans. It's halftime, and our score is...
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Biden, the official ball of you. It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories.
Welcome back to halftime. Megan Still and Emma Jones from Lane join me here at halftime. It's 36-26 Umpqua. Well, your Southern Region foe, Umpqua, doing pretty good. You just played them the other day for the championship. Anything surprising you so far of any of the action today? We'll start with you, Megan.
they're not really making threes, but they're doing pretty good on finishing and getting in.
Now, you girls were both members of the team a year ago that had an opportunity to get here and actually fell to Walla Walla, who you're going to play, but you beat them earlier this year. So you know Walla Walla pretty well over the years, wouldn't you say, Emma?
Yeah, I think that this is a good time to redeem ourselves and take back what we lost last year and continue in the tournament.
I want to ask you, that game that you played against them was very early in the year. It was in November. So when you prepare for them, do you watch that game or do you watch more recent games? Because both, obviously, you're a different team than you were then, and they probably are too.
Well, what did you say?
I would say that we definitely watch more recent film because teams get better throughout the season, so it's important to watch what they're doing now, and they might have put in more sets later on, and it's important to be aware of those. We did watch some earlier in the season because then you can see our mistakes, so they'll still run some of the same stuff. So just knowing where we fell short and then watching current stuff to know where we can improve.
You gotta like this atmosphere here in this beautiful facility and a lot of people, a lot of energy. Isn't it just kind of fun to be here?
Yeah, it is. I really like the gym. It's very big. A lot of people are watching, so that's good.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. Should be a good one this afternoon.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. We wish you the best against Walla Walla.
Thank you.
All right. Megan Still and Emma Jones here, and we're back with more of our halftime after a timeout.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Biden, the official ball of you.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
And welcome back for the second half. We're here at the NWAC Basketball Championships round of 16, and Umpqua has a 10-point halftime lead, 36-26, as we get ready for the third quarter.
You know, really balanced scoring, Dave. Taylor Strickland, 10, and Darian Mitchell, 9. 7 for Macy Ryanen, 6 for Cielo Gonzalez, 2 for Campbell, 2 for Woodard. So a really balanced attack. They're 36 for the Cardinals, 7 for Simpson, 6 for Selman, 4 for Carlton, 4 for Williams, 3 for Schrady, 2 for Eberl. They're balanced too, just not as many.
Yeah, they're just having a tough time with the. Umpqua was able to make a little bit of a run there, middle of the second quarter, and now Northern Idaho. They're gonna. You would anticipate them not making a whole lot of changes, but down 10 at halftime. Deliberate tempo is how they approach things. I mean, they're going to need to continue to keep getting offensive rebounds and stay in the game here.
Well, it seemed
Ryan
like
stepped out right there.
It seemed like every time North Idaho made a little mini run, Umpqua was able to answer, and that's the mark of a good team. As the Cardinals go inside, but no basket that time. But 2 free throws coming up for Olivia Williams. Williams will be at the line. She's already 2 for 2 there, as the Umpqua foul is on Woodard. It's her first.
And Olivia Williams doing what the Umpqua team did really well in the first half, getting the ball on the wing and just being able to drive and force a post into a very difficult situation defensively.
She gets the first one. It's a 9-point Umpqua lead, and she did not hit that one, and Strickland with another rebound. 9-point edge for the Riverhawks, trying to advance into the quarterfinals. Last year they made it to the
that was, I think, Sienna Riggle had the rebound there, but here they go. There's Strickland in the corner.
Ooh, tough shot. 3-pointer. Taylor Strickland. She has 13 to lead all scores, and the Riverhawks lead by 12.
Yeah, and there's Northern Idaho. They put pressure on the ball, had it on the floor a little bit. Strickland picks it up, and it's a 3-pointer. Tough sequence for North Idaho.
Cardinals with Simpson going to step back and thought about the 3, but instead kicks it out to Carlton, and they'll reset. There's Williams again, and that is good, and a foul.
Williams gets the and one. Foul on Riggle for Umpqua.
And that's her first, the second team foul on the Riverhawks. And once again, Dave, the Cardinals are within 10.
Yep, chance to cut it to 9. 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Williams. And if you're the Cardinals, that's what you want to do. He's going to turn into a 4-point play. Williams with the 4-point play there.
She has 5 this period alone, all 5 Cardinal points, and it's 39-31. We've played 1 minute is all. Ryanen, who had so much success on that drive last half, cuts it off. And
referee blew the whistle and then kind of decided who the foul was on. I think that's going to be Riggle's second in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and already 3 team fouls on the Riverhawks. We've only played 1 minute and 12 seconds. So Umpqua racking up the fouls here early.
Well, North Idaho, there they go. They get a defensive stop and a chance to cut it to 6 here. That's the way you want to start the half, especially when Strickland started it with a 3-pointer from the corner.
And Selman could not quite get that one to go. But a steal. And the Cardinals going to end up with it. Williams again underneath, another easy lay-in.
And Williams, 7 points in the quarter, 9 for the game. And it's a 6-point game. Back to 8 right away, Umpqua.
Mitchell.
And that's what's happened all game long. Yep. North Idaho makes a little bit of a run, and Umpqua comes right back down the court and finds a way to get inside for an easy layup.
And usually it's Mitchell. She has 11. She joined Strickland in double figures. 41-33. We've played 2 minutes. Lots of scoring in this one. More to Umpqua's liking.
Gets it into Selman, and that's going to be a 3-point play.
Heidi Selman has 8. As we were talking, Dave, this pace is more likely, really more beneficial to Umpqua. They like to get up and down, but the Cardinals have matched them here in the second half. They've cut it to 6.
They've got a chance to get it to 5 here. So that's maybe what Umpqua is more comfortable playing normally, but North Idaho is certainly capable of getting up and down the floor.
Umpqua already over the limit in fouls, and we've played 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah, the next foul will be 2 shots, right? So that's a good start. And it's North Idaho basically earning those fouls by getting the ball inside, forcing the contact.
And that's a hand check on Simpson, and that's going to be her 3rd, and they didn't want to see that.
That's a tough place to commit your 3rd foul. Not a good break for North Idaho. Playing well. You're 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the half. You've cut a 10-point lead down to 5. And now one of your key post players has 3 fouls with 7:42 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Riverhawks on offense. Mitchell again, she got fouled, and if that's on Selman, that's her 2nd. They are really making a concerted effort to go inside, and that is on Heidi. It's her 2nd, and for the Cardinals, that is their 2nd team foul. And now Mitchell, who is 1 for 2 from the line, has a chance to...
Mitchell got a little bit bailed out there, too. She hits the first foul shot. You know, she got the ball on the wing. I think Williams was able to bat it loose a little bit. Picked it up off the floor, spun toward the basket. Missed the shot, but ended up getting the foul call. Misses the 2nd foul shot.
Riggle had a chance to...
Yeah, Riggle got the offensive rebound on the missed free throw. Couldn't convert. And North Idaho with a chance to cut it to 4.
Cardinals working it around that Umpqua 2-3 zone, trying to extend it to get some people inside in a kicked ball, and the shot clock will reset to 15. And the Cardinals
That's a kick on Alexis Woodard there.
Right. Cardinals will have an opportunity to, as you said, get it to 4 or 3 with a 3-point basket here. 7:13. Lots of time remaining in this one.
Yeah, tons of time. You got Carlton. There's Williams going to the basket again. That's been North Idaho's best thing this quarter, has been Williams driving toward the rim. And that's going to be a foul on Eberall.
Eberall,
and a little bit of a hard foul there.
A trip. It looked kind of like an inadvertent trip, but when somebody collides and you go down to the floor, it's pretty much you got to
hit
call
the floor hard there. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it wasn't a dirty play or anything. Ryan went down hard on the trip there. She was fully extended when I think she stepped on. I think she actually stepped on Eberall's foot. North Idaho extending that man defense.
Nice move by Mitchell to get Simpson turned around. Simpson can't do anything for fear of getting her 3rd, and so you know they're going to go in to Mitchell as often as they can, and that's time a held ball, and it'll stay with the Riverhawks.
Yeah, North Idaho did a great job just fighting for that rebound, and Alexis Woodard was a little bit fortunate. She came jumping in there with an arm extended, which oftentimes gets the officials' attention. And North Idaho, they've defended these inbounds plays under the basket pretty well. Umpqua going with that little box inbounds.
And again, they try to go inside to Mitchell because they know Simpson can't foul, and that time it's knocked out of bounds, but it's off of Umpqua. So the Cardinals with another chance to get a little bit closer.
Simpson deflected it, and Mitchell was trying to save it, but I guess it stepped on the referee, ruled that she had already stepped on the line. So a turnover there and a chance to cut it to 4 again for North Idaho. Into Simpson. Simpson defending really well. You know, she's in a little bit of foul trouble, but she's so good fundamentally. She's just always in the right place.
And that's going to be Umpqua basketball, as it was a scrum over there near the boundary, and they say it went off of Selman.
Yeah, Selman was a little confused by that call, but Umpqua certainly thought it was off of her, so the official was in pretty good position. You got Cielo Gonzalez bringing the ball over the timeline. North Idaho pushing the tempo, really extending that man-to-man defense, which puts some pressure on Simpson, and she couldn't quite get all the way around Mitchell there, and Mitchell, 14 points on the game, leads all scorers, and it's back to 8 points for Umpqua, 44-36.
Yeah, Mitchell's really quietly had her way inside. She had 9 in the first half, 5 here in the second.
Well, running one-hander.
Simpson needs to be careful. That was nearly another foul in the backcourt. And a steal by the Cardinals, and they have numbers here. It's a 3-on-2 break, and
Simpson levels Gonzalez in transition there. She set a screen that weighed about 150 pounds right there.
And Eberall ends up the recipient of the basket. 5:35 to play in the third, 44-38 Umpqua.
And Gonzalez no worse for wear. Brought the ball over the timeline. Strickland coming across. That ball's deflected. Another turnover. Umpqua was concerned about that. When North Idaho sets their defense.
Good again. Timeout Umpqua.
Yeah, Eberall has had a tough time hitting the basket. Drove to the rim there, and it's a 4-point lead. 5:16 to go in the half. And we're back. Umpqua 44, North Idaho 40. 5:16 to go in the third quarter. A 10-point Umpqua lead is down to 4. And the Riverhawks are going to inbound.
A lot of the credit goes to Olivia Williams with 7 in this quarter. Hallie Eberall with the last 4. Selman has 3. And I would imagine they're going to try to go inside to Mitchell because she's guarded by Simpson, who has those 3 fouls.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can get you get somebody in a little bit of foul trouble, and you start to try to think about that instead of running your offense. And I thought Simpson had just picked up her 4th foul, but it's a travel on Mitchell. And with 5:01 to go, North Idaho has the ball, a chance to cut it to 1. As Alex Carlton brings the ball over the timeline. And Umpqua playing that soft 2-3, they'll give North Idaho a good look for a 3-pointer. North Idaho has not had a lot of success with 3-pointers, but they have been able, even against that soft zone, to get to the rim.
There's Selman against Mitchell. Got it to go.
And Selman's been tough to handle inside.
11 for Selman.
Or 9 for Selman.
And it's 44-42.
And then Simpson with the block. And in transition, they had a chance to tie the game. The ball goes back to Umpqua. That's a tough break for North Idaho. You get in a situation like that, you really want to get a good possession to try to tie it.
Another timeout on the court. 4:21 to go here. It's the Riverhawks by 2.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Baden, the official ball of you.
Umpqua with 2-point lead in the ball here. 4:21 to go in the third quarter. And North Idaho has extended their defense. They're just playing man, and they're picking up really 3/4 court here, trying to push the tempo a little bit, and it's been good for them this quarter. Gonzalez with the entry pass over to Woodard. Back to Strickland. Strickland looking to go high-low. She's got Anna Schrady right on top of her. And Mitchell looking for, I think that was Woodard on that little wheel cut. And once again, North Idaho has the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead here. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've just slowly plugged away, and got back into it.
Umpqua sitting in. Simpson under pressure, turns it over, and there, once again, in a big moment is Grace Campbell.
Yeah, and a beautiful pass that time by Gonzalez, and Campbell finishes.
Gonzalez made the steal, was in the right place, ran the floor, and gets the layup, and it's a 4-point lead for Umpqua. That's a big possession for the Riverhawks.
Well, twice North Idaho, as you said, Dave, had a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3, and they came up empty both times.
Well, not only they come up empty, they didn't get a shot off.
Right.
Now there's Simpson with the rebound, comes up short. Mitchell picks up her dribble. North Idaho's had some success pressuring Umpqua. And there's Gonzalez. That's going to be, I thought that was off Gonzalez. I thought
they said
Selman.
Yeah,
they gave the ball to Umpqua. I thought Selman had gotten away with one there, blocked the shot off of Gonzalez, but I guess it was off Selman out of bounds.
I believe they thought that maybe Selman touched it last and she was standing out of bounds, and maybe that's why they gave it back to the Hawks.
Yeah, here's Umpqua, 20 seconds on the shot clock. North Idaho just conceding nothing, a lot of pressure, and it's given Umpqua trouble. Mitchell misses the short jumper, and Gonzalez is just a little bit late on the rebound there. Eberall beat her to the ball, drew the foul, and she's going to shoot 2. And Gonzalez, that's her first.
So the Riverhawks over the limit, and a chance for Eberall to get the Cardinals within 2. She has not been to the line yet today. Really kind of shaping up very similar to that game early in the year, where Umpqua scored at the very end to force overtime and then pulled away and won by 11 in Coeur d'Alene.
Eberall hits the first. She's a 62% free throw shooter on the season. Looking to cut it to 2 right here. And she does. She's a deliberate foul shooter. I thought she was going to bait one of the Umpqua players into stepping over the lane line there. Gonzalez gets to Strickland on the entry pass. Strickland with Williams all over her.
Nice
Swings
pass.
that little pass in. Tough miss under the basket. Resets the shot clock. Gonzalez for 3. She's a little bit strong, gets it back. And the hardest shot of the whole sequence, Mitchell hits. She went up between 2 defenders, and Umpqua's back up by 4, but 3 chances at the basket there. And if Umpqua can continue to do that, get offensive rebounds, get 2-3 chances every time down the floor, it's going to be a long way back for North Idaho.
16 for Mitchell now.
That's going to be no basket and a travel. Not sure Eberall agreed with that call, but.
Coach Chris Carlson looking over the official with kind of palms up as if to say, I don't necessarily agree either, as they wait for Strickland
Strickland's going to tie her shoe there.
Shoe.
That looked, it's not quite the John Chaney one-eye Jack stare, but you got the impression North Idaho didn't think much of that call. Gonzalez directs traffic. That's going to be a kick.
Cielo Gonzalez, she just adds so much energy to this Umpqua team when she's on the court, very similar to Campbell. They're kind of interchangeable, but when they're on the court at the same time, it just gives them an added dimension. And then you totally forget about Strickland and Mitchell, who are.
Well, and Wriggles she's in, I guess, a little foul trouble. She's been out for a little bit, and Gonzalez just steps in. She's a danger to shoot. Strickland stripped by Eberall, and that's going to be a foul on Grace Campbell.
Yeah, it's going to send Carlton to the line. First time for Alex to be in the free throw line.
Carlton is as we look through here, I think an 81% free throw shooter. Not the person you want to foul in the corner on the floor there. And she gets a chance to cut it to 2 here. Kiera Simpson back in. And it's really a win for North Idaho. Keep this game close, and Simpson's in the game. If she can have 3 fouls going into the fourth quarter, that's a pretty big success tactically. And she has a tough job because she's guarding Mitchell, who's really dangerous in the attack there.
Strickland hit the deck hard, looking for a foul, didn't get it, and here come the Hawks, or rather the Cardinals, a chance to tie the game or take the lead.
Carlton just goes to the rim, and it's a tie game. And right back down the floor, Gonzalez finds Mitchell for the open layup.
Every time they need a basket, she's given it to him. She has 18.
Yeah, Umpqua's just had the answer. They've been able to get, whenever they need a basket, they've been able to find Mitchell inside with space to operate. North Idaho has to win that transition game after basket. They're having a hard time hanging in there in transition after made baskets.
Final minute.
And there's a good look for Anna Schrady, but couldn't quite connect. And back in the game, we've got Selman checking back in, and number 10, Sydney Peterson. Cielo Gonzalez walks the ball up the court. It's a 2-possession quarter here.
Simpson ran over Campbell, no call, and Mitchell's going to go to the line for 2 more.
Mitchell ran somebody over too. Is that an offensive foul?
Oh.
Yep.
It is. Well, my bad, Dave. I had her going to the line. I didn't see one of the officials come out with the punch going the other way, and they did.
Yeah, the official under the basket was in good position, and so North Idaho, a gutsy play to draw the charge there, because when Mitchell gets going, that's a lot of power headed to the basket, but they did it. And then Gonzalez with the steal and a foul.
Yeah, that's going to be on Schrady. She wasn't in position, but still only the 4th foul, so maybe
not a bad foul at all. It's her first foul of the game. It stops the transition, gives North Idaho a chance to set up their pressure. That's going to give them a chance to rest Williams for an extra 28 seconds. I think Williams got poked in the face or something there. She's off holding her, I can't tell if it's her nose or her eye. Gonzalez over to Woodard. And Woodard under pressure, turns it over. Umpqua, there's 17 seconds left. They were down 10 and a half, and North Idaho has the ball with 17 seconds to go, 16.9 in the quarter, a chance to tie or take the lead going into the final period. And they're going to be 5 out. There's Simpson underneath.
Schrady for the lead. Too much.
Pulled down by Mitchell. That's not going to count even if it goes. Umpqua 50, North Idaho 48. We've got a game heading into the fourth quarter. We'll see you when we return. And we're back for the fourth quarter here. NWAC Basketball Championship, Sweet 16. North Idaho inbounds the ball down 2 to begin the fourth quarter. big comeback for them in the third quarter, and they get a chance to tie or take the lead here with the ball. Just to set the floor, you've got Peterson, Krupa, Simpson with the three-point attempt. It's good. And for the first time since, I think, 3-2, North Idaho has the lead, 51-50. Here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, all the way back from a 10-point halftime deficit. Umpqua goes to the rim, can't finish, gets the rebound, in and out. Woodard didn't get the rub of the green on that one after Campbell kind of got stuck under the basket.
Yeah, you're right. Simpson put him ahead 3-2 early in the game, and she puts him ahead 51-50 late in the game.
There you go, just to start the fourth quarter. North Idaho, you got Anna Schrady in there, and there's a missed three. And Umpqua, Gonzalez turns it over. Good defense from Krupa, got herself set, forced the turnover. Schrady a little strong again. Gonzalez, she saw Mitchell running the floor there. That's going to be a held ball, and Umpqua will get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little too early in the possession for North Idaho. They finally have the lead. They've shown that they can come back. And I think it's what we talked about at the beginning of the game day. For North Idaho to have success, they kind of want to control the tempo and grind a little bit. They don't want to run up and down with this team.
No, although the third quarter, that whole comeback was based on them extending their defense and putting Umpqua under some pressure. So it's going to be an interesting choice. Coming into the game, they really wanted to slow the tempo down. There's Strickland, came off a little screen, corner three, and it's a 2-point lead for Umpqua. And, you know, can North Idaho, they're sort of rolling the dice, speeding the tempo up, but that's what helped them in the third quarter. So we'll see. And they hit a couple threes. They haven't really had a great game shooting threes, but they've been very effective doing what Carlson's doing there, which is drive. That time she pulled up and shot a fadeaway, which is a tougher shot. But they've been able to get to the rim. And Carlton again, and there you go. There's Olivia Williams finishing at the rim. 13 points on the day, and it's all tied up with 8 minutes to go. And Williams, handles the ball and plays outside. She's been the person going to the rack. That's going to be...
Wow, they're going to call that on Campbell.
I did not expect that call. Haley Everall came through that screen. I think Campbell thought she'd drawn the foul, but first team foul of the fourth period, and it's a turnover. North Idaho, chance to take the lead again. And a little bit of a static. North Idaho's gotten a little bit static on offense here. So Eberall kind of jogs across. They're down to 12 on the shot clock. And the miss, and really no Cardinal under the basket either. Not a great possession there for them. And Gonzalez went up, took the ball right to the rim on Eberall, and a very, very slow whistle. That's going to be Eberall's third foul with 7:15 to go in the game. Gonzalez goes to the line.
Eberall 3, Simpson 3. 2 for 2 for Cielo. And the Riverhawks have the lead back.
Yep, Cielo's 73% foul shooter, so you feel pretty good with her on the line. And she hits them both. 2-point lead for Umpqua. So far, it's been a seesaw battle to start the quarter. We've had 2 lead changes already in the first 3 minutes. North Idaho with the ball looking to tie it back up here. Once again, they've been a little bit stuck on one side. But it works out pretty well if you can let Olivia Williams sneak in at the back door like that. And we're all tied up. And North Idaho, not quite as extended defensively, but still Eberall's putting a lot of pressure on Gonzalez there. Double screen for Umpqua to get Strickland loose. Williams was trying to fight through that. And North Idaho with the ball and tie game. Selman trying to show in the post there, and you've got Eberall on the backside looking to sneak in there. Carlson it's not her day from three, is
No,
it?
she's a great three-point shooter from this.
And she's got 8 points on the game. She's not having a bad game, but it's been tough for her with the three there. Strickland couldn't quite get that to fall. Pull-up jumper, a little short also. Sometimes you get in a playoff game, it's tense. You know, you're being a little bit too perfect. I think Carlson, it's just a tough situation. And Strickland misses the three. And I'm sure Dad wanted her to swing that ball a little bit, take some time, get a better shot. Also today, Darian Mitchell's just been able to shake loose under the basket there, 18 points.
They've done a good job on her in the fourth quarter, though, Dave. We've gone nearly half of the quarter, and Darian hasn't scored yet. And now they call that one off of Selman, and they're going to give the ball back to Umpqua.
Yep, Selman couldn't quite control that pass. And Grace Campbell inbounds. Yeah, but Mitchell just they haven't been able to get Mitchell the ball so far this quarter. They've settled for some jumpers. And you've got Simpson doing a good job. Now, 3 fouls, no big deal. And there, just as we say it, Alexis Woodard is able to feed the post. 20 points for Darian Mitchell, 57-55. So overall, if you're North Idaho, you got to be pretty happy. You've got the tempo you wanted. You've got the situation you wanted. Now you've got to convert. Another pull-up, a little short. Another one-shot possession for North Idaho. And Gonzalez is coming in 1-on-4. Now Strickland. She's able to pull it out.
Finally, they intercept the pass. A little not high enough.
No, Woodard was trying to be a little tricky there with speed, and Simpson was just sitting on it. That pass never really had much of a chance. North Idaho, 4:22 to go. Chance to tie or take the lead here. Once again, just a little bit stagnant offensively. You know, they're swinging it outside, but not a ton of movement. And they didn't put Umpqua in a position where their defense really had to do anything. Now Mitchell's got it up top.
Good defense by Selman straight up. Campbell could not get it over her.
Selman did a nice job, and Campbell tried to back her in a little bit and got herself under the basket. And North Idaho has another chance. They're going to stay in that set. And here's Eberall running the baseline, got herself wide open. Short jumper, unlucky. And it's going to be a held ball. Possession's going to stay with North Idaho there. Darian Mitchell did a good job to tie that up. And a timeout. We'll be back.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
And we're back. Umpqua holding on to a 2-point lead, 3:39 to go in regulation. Umpqua 57, North Idaho 55. Tempo-wise, you have to think North Idaho's pretty happy with it. They're right in the game. Overcame a 10-point halftime deficit, couple lead changes. Umpqua's back in the lead, but North Idaho has the ball, the chance to tie or go ahead. A little 2-3 defending from Umpqua. Back to Williams, short jumper off the front rim. And Gonzalez again, she's got to have, 12 rebounds? Campbell. Mitchell in the corner. They go high-low.
That's going to be on Simpson, I think, Dave, and if so, that's her fourth.
That's her fourth. Actually, there's 3 minutes to go. I mean, that was a tough situation, kind of a tough call, honestly.
Yeah, 14 rebounds for Grace Campbell.
Is that?
Yep.
Does she lead? Is that the?
Yeah,
is she
10 for Woodard.
There you go.
And there's Mitchell.
Mitchell again under the basket when they've needed a bucket today. It's been Darian Mitchell, 22 points, and it's 59-55 Umpqua. North Idaho, they really need to keep driving to the rim. They've had a lot of success when they're driving. The pull-up jumper game's been a little tougher for them. And they miss another floater. And again, Grace Campbell, 15 rebounds now on the night. 2:45 to go. There's Strickland. She got Simpson up in the air. And if you're up in the air with 4 fouls, you're just trying to get out of the way.
That's right. You just got to put your hands straight up and get out of the way, like you said.
Yep, 61-55. Umpqua looking to see if they can make a late run and get a little space, get a little distance between the two teams.
Cardinals have gone cold, Dave.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the Cardinals are trying to make threes there. Williams, 15 points on the day, and I'll bet you she's had a few foul shots, and then pretty much everything else has been at the rim. So you want to get her the ball and let her drive. Here she goes, right to the bucket. There's a whistle and one. They're going to give her the call. They're going to give her that call. Second foul on Cielo Gonzalez. And that's Williams' game tonight.
Well, she has 6 of the 9 points for the Cardinals in this period, and overall, she only had 4 at half, right? And so she's had a big second half, and the foul, as you said, on
Well, she
Cielo.
really was the person who she lit the fuse for North Idaho in the third quarter, had the first, 6-7 points of the third quarter. And it's 61-58, 2 minutes to go. We'll be back. NWAC basketball championships after this.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you...
Well, back to the basketball game, 61-58, 2:03 to go. As the Cardinals need a stop, Dave.
Oh, absolutely. And there's Gonzalez bringing it over the timeline, high-low. A little bit high for Mitchell, gets the second look. It's a fire. Every time Umpqua's needed a bucket today, it's been Darian Mitchell.
Yep.
Grace Campbell, a little high-low, found her on the lob. But North Idaho, plenty of time, minute 30, you're only down 5.
They need that one.
Off the rim, they need a good shot. And there's Gonzalez. Strickland now, Umpqua needs to pull it out. Coach got their attention, and they're looking for a little bit of possession.
Well, and the Cardinals have to foul 3 more times before they're in the bonus. So if you're North Idaho, you could think you could go physical and try to get some steals here.
Oh, absolutely, except for Simpson right there. You don't want her fouling.
And that's a held ball.
That's on the floor. It's going to go back to Umpqua, but that'll at least switch the arrow.
Right, but like I said, North Idaho has 3 more fouls. I wouldn't foul here because there's only 7 on the shot clock, but in general, they need to start committing some fouls to...
Yeah, they're gonna need to foul, or at least go in hard for a steal. But you only got 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3. I don't think they're going to get one off here. That's going to be a 30-second violation. So North Idaho down 5, gets the ball back on the turnover. Good defensive sequence for North Idaho there.
Yeah, it really was.
They got a held ball, which switched the possession arrow. Didn't allow a shot. And now you got Alexis Carlton. But you've got to play. You don't want to go super fast here, but you definitely need to play with some purpose. You don't want to run the shot clock down.
Yeah, that's an obvious one there. I mean, Campbell was set for a long time.
Yep, Campbell was set. Heidi Selman, and she'd already passed the ball. That's just a tough play. That's not really within North Idaho's offense. A turnover, 47.8 to go, and now It's going to be tough. Gonzalez had the ball, and she turned it over. I think North Idaho was trying to foul there.
Yeah, they were.
And the official just, for whatever reason, decided it wasn't quite hard enough. North Idaho gets the ball back. Also, you had 2 players jumping the ball there, and Umpqua just trusted Gonzalez to take it up the floor. Back to Carlton. Somebody's going to have to want to shoot a 3 here, or at least get a shot. They got it inside to Selman. She spins. 2 points and a timeout called by North Idaho. The Cardinals going to talk about it. It's a 3-point game.
32 seconds left to go.
Or are we staying?
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
When I first graduated high school, all I wanted to do was go to a 4-year because if you went to a community college, it was, like you said, not very competitive. But now being at a community college for 2 years, that makes you grow up as a player way more than you would think just going straight to a 4-year. You have a lot of the community members that come out to your games that you know of, and so here I think is where kids really develop their skills and then they can go on to a 4-year. My name is Devaney. I play basketball at Centralia College and I go boldly.
The Cardinals have to go and get a stop right here. They're down 3. 2-second differential between game clock, shot clock.
2-second differential, but really, there's 32 seconds left. You're down 3. Look, they got a chance to jump Gonzalez again. I think play good defense, go for the steal. They get called for the foul there. If you've got a foul to give, which they just did.
Yeah, now the shot clock's off.
Yeah, now that's where everybody says, well, you should foul there. I think you play really good defense. Umpqua is going to have to take a shot. You'd like to see if you're Umpqua. I'm surprised they don't have somebody come back and help Gonzalez here. She's been under a lot of pressure. North Idaho, there's the foul. And they're going to send Gonzalez to the line.
Well, and today she is 3 for 3, so maybe not the right person.
No, she's 73% free throw shooter on the season, 3 for 3. She's got to be feeling pretty good. Eberall just fouled out. That's her 5th.
Eberall finishes with 8.
8 points and had a good game. And Gonzalez here with a chance to make it a 2-possession game.
And she missed.
She's got one more chance to make it a 2-possession game. 23 seconds to go. Mitchell's been able to get rebounds.
Now Umpqua has 3 fouls to give too, so maybe the Riverhawks.
Yeah, I think if you can get too clever there, just play good defense. Carlton brings it up the floor. 3-pointer. It's too strong, but the offensive rebound. Selman sinks it. 14.5 to go. And Gonzalez gets it again. Quick foul there by Schrady. 13 seconds to go, and Cielo Gonzalez goes to the line with a chance to, once again, she's got to make both to make it a 2-possession game here.
North Idaho also out of timeouts according to the scoreboard, so they need to just score.
And Gonzalez makes the first. Now it's a 3-point game. She has a chance to make it a 2-possession game. I have to say, I think I've always felt like the John Chaney Temple look at late game was if you're on offense, don't call timeout. Don't let the defense get set. And Gonzalez hits them both. 73% on the season. She's shooting about 80% tonight, right? And Strickland.
That's not a bad foul. They've only committed 3.
Yep. It's her first foul of the game. Honestly, I don't think she was actually trying to commit a foul there. I think she saw a chance to put her hand in and thought she got out of there. Simpson for 3. A little strong. And
they're going to call a foul on Mitchell and send Selman to the line with 3 seconds left.
There you go. And that's really what you don't want if you're Umpqua, right? You don't want to stop the clock and let them shoot. But 3.5 seconds left. And this is where things get interesting for North Idaho. Do they they hit the first one and then try to get an intentional miss? Because you're going to have to foul there's only 3.5 seconds left. You're going to have to foul really quickly.
Yeah, unless you hit them both and somehow get a steal. That's really the only options they have, Dave.
Yeah, and Umpqua, they've got Gonzalez back in one of those rebounding spots, and they've got one of their best rebounders, Grace Campbell.
Well, that ended that. Now they have to miss on
70
purpose.
feet. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a I don't know. It's a 2-possession game. I'm not sure that now just you might as well make it a 1-possession game and then foul them. Selman looks like she's going to try to make it and misses. That's the worst of all worlds because the clock runs. They do get the foul in with 0.3 of a second left. Umpqua with a 4-point lead, and this game, for all intents and purposes, is over.
Well, North Idaho, a good year as they come back to the tournament as the 4th seed. They bowed out to Lower Columbia in the first round last year in a blowout. They right in this one, down 10 at half, Dave. They made a good run at it and actually took the lead in the second
Coach
half.
Coach Carlson needs to be really proud of this group. They played a terrific game. They had to get into playing in a style that wasn't really their first choice, and they were able to erase a 10-point deficit.
Yeah,
go right down to the wire against Umpqua. So they've played twice. One game went to overtime, and then this one right down to the wire.
Yeah, and if you're Dave Strickland, you get to come back again tomorrow and coach your daughter for at least one more day. So congratulations.
And give Darian Mitchell a big high five, 26 points. But Cielo Gonzalez, 14 points. Taylor Strickland, 15. Darian Mitchell, 26. And Grace Campbell with 15 rebounds on the day.
Yeah, good effort for the Riverhawks.
Big day for the Riverhawks, and they get to come back and play again tomorrow. Well,
good to work with
pleasure.
You. Yeah, you bet. Good game for the Riverhawks. They win at 68-62. Our next action is Lane and Walla Walla at 4 p.m. So long, everybody.